Look, I think there are really two stories coming out of these midterm elections. The first, of course, is one of the most polarized, partisan, and bitter elections in recent history. But the other's a little more subtle, and maybe it's the reverse. I call it the revenge of the moderates. Because where the Democrats really made their breakthroughs, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Montana, they were putting forth more moderate, centrist candidates. And I think that's a very, very important message from these elections. It's a message that the public is just absolutely tired of this wedge issue stuff, the polarization, the extreme partisanship, the appeals to the base, and they're looking for people that just want to solve the problems. The question is whether that impulse will carry through into 2008. In other words, whether the parties will get the message. If they don't, and I think it's at more than 50-50 that they won't, then Unity 08 is going to be exactly the right idea at the right time. The people want the problem solved. They're tired of the partisanship. Look, I think there are really two stories to these midterm elections. The first, of course, is one of the most partisan, bitter, and polarized elections in recent memory. But the second is a little bit of a reverse, and I think there's an important message for us now and in 2008. I call it the revenge of the moderates. Because, yes, the Democrats took over the House in good shape, and it looks like they're going to take over the Senate, subject to a couple of recounts. But the places where they made their breakthroughs, particularly in the Senate, were centrists, moderates, Webb in Virginia, Tester in Montana, certainly Bob Casey in Pennsylvania. I think the message here is that the American people want to get away from these extreme party labels. They want to get back to the center. They want to get back to making decisions based upon what's best for the country rather than wedge issues and who's winning and who's losing. So I think this is a very important message, and it certainly is going to reverberate as far as Unity 08 is concerned, because that's exactly where we are. We think the politics of the country has to be brought back to the center, that moderation is how we're going to solve these problems, and bringing people together is what's really important. So there's that message reverberating out there. The Democrats hit on it in a few races around the country. It remains to be seen whether it's going to become the organizing principle of one or the other of the parties. If it doesn't, Unity 08 is going to be the right idea at the right time.